Hey, how's it going? It's me, Hayden, here filming another YouTube tutorial for Phoenix Music. Today is actually a tutorial that was requested by Life the Kid, right there. Um, yeah, um, we're just gonna be doing his request today. I haven't got anything in my project file at the moment, it's completely empty. I just decided I'd start completely from scratch for a tutorial like this. Um, yeah, if you find anything today's tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, comment if you have a request for a future tutorial, and also share this video if you have any producer friends. Okay, let's begin. So first we'll go on to Splice, and we have to choose some samples. Um, with choosing samples, really you want to use samples that wouldn't necessarily be used. And what I mean by that is don't just think like if you're making a future house track, you have to only use future house samples. How you get a good result is by like making a future house track with some hip hop samples, some tech house samples, mix it up a bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a kick. Helps if I spell it right. Um, but I'm not necessarily going to go for a future house kick. I don't even know what kind of track I'm going to make, to be honest. All I know is I'm just going to build it from the ground up, see how it turns out, I guess. Um, so this might not be the main kick that I'll use, but this would definitely be useful. So we'll drop one of these in here. Might use this as the main kick. Sounds a bit interesting. So we'll start with the kicks. Let me. So we'll start by putting the kicks in like this. I'll put a little bit of EQ on it. Brace yourselves for this because it's probably gonna hurt your ears if you've got it on loud volume. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be finding the most powerful frequency. And what I mean by that is if I show you, probably that one, the nasty one that will hurt your ears if it's too loud. And then I'm gonna bring that down a little bit right there. Just boost a little bit here like this. And that's good for kick EQ. Nothing too complex. Actually, saying that, I might put a little bit of mono on the bottom end, like this. That way it just keeps some of the kick in mono, because this kick sounds a bit stereo. Um, yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the volume. We're going to get the kick volume to about here. I'd say that's a good place for the kick to sit. We'll make it good for when we mix and master later. So yeah, that's the first sound we've added in, the kick drum, and then we can start doing something with this second kick here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a rhythm with it. That's why I got it, because I wanted to build a rhythm with it. Um, Turn it down a bit. Yeah, definitely needs to be muffled though. So what I'm gonna do is remove a little bit of the low end from it, because this isn't the main kick, so you don't really want too much low end in it, because otherwise you're just gonna have loads of low end kick drums pumping through the mix. So yeah, remove a little bit of the low end, doesn't have to be too much through, and then just muffle it down like this. Maybe even remove these tails. Yeah, something like that. Might even muffle it a little bit more. But yeah, like that. But one thing I was gonna say is I did actually like that kick tail. Um, not on those fill kicks, but um, on something. Uh, so I'm gonna just basically steal this little noise bit. I'm gonna put that here, and I'm gonna copy that across a few times. Is it a little bit like that? This is just gonna give the main kick a bit more air. Down in volume a bit. So now we have. So yeah, you can see what's going on now. If I mute this, not as much energy. Put it back on. So yeah, now we'll find a clap, I guess. Um, Again, if you like the clap, use it. It doesn't have to be a clap from the genre of music you're trying to make. Maybe try this one. It's a bit late. We'll bring it to about here, so it's a bit early. That's a good thing to give your drums a bit more groove. If you have some things like claps a little bit early, so they're not perfectly on the grid. See, this bit here is a little bit before. Turn that down a bit. Um, and listening back to that, I'm not really keen on that clap, so I guess that means we're looking for another clap.
Clap.
I like this one though. This could be useful, I guess. Yeah. Let's put it a little bit over, see what that sounds like. Yeah. We'll go for this clap then. We'll put a bit of EQ on it. Yeah, it's got some low end in there. We don't really need that. Um, Make sure you get that volume right on that clap. Don't want it louder than everything else. You want the clap to be kind of sitting under the volume of the kick drum, if you get what I mean. Like for example, that might be too loud, but what if we put it down to here? Maybe a little bit more now. See about there, that's where you want it to be sitting. So now let's look for a hat.
Nose.
I'm going to drag that one in, not to use it for what I'm looking for at the moment, but I'll use that later. I've got an idea for that. Um, Maybe. I'll keep looking. Yeah, I like that one. We'll go for this one. So now we'll put this one here. Needs to come way down in volume. Yeah. Put a bit of EQ on it. Remove quite a lot of the low end, at least about there, maybe even more. Um, yeah, that seems good. But then we're gonna pan this one. Gonna pan it slightly to the right, about 14% maybe. Let's try that. Yeah, I'll say that's okay. Then we'll use this one that I got but haven't used yet. So yeah, what I'm going to do with this one is, at the moment it sounds like this, which is, okay. It's not bad, but it could be better. How we're going to make it better is we're going to change our grid to triplets, and we're going to move it slightly to there. There. Now it's got much more groove. Move that little bit there. Do that. Yeah, and then we can just put some of these in like this. Maybe not that many. Maybe every other time. Yeah, like that. Just panned it a little bit. Don't really need to EQ this one if you don't want, but I'm going to anyway, just in case it interferes with something. I doubt it would, but I'm not going to boost a little bit here either. I'm just going to remove the low end. Yeah. I'm also going to get a snare drum. Yeah, just a little thing like this. Then we need to find the right place to put it. I feel like the right place would be here. Turn it down a bit. I think that's the right place. Let's listen to it all together. It's the right place, I think. It's just not a very powerful sound. I would try a different sound. Let's try this one. I like that. I'll keep it like that. Pan this a little bit as well. I'm only doing things to the right at the moment, just because I prefer the right side. I'll do a couple things to the left, but I prefer to have more things to the right. So we'll do this a little bit to the right, not too much. So now we're kind of getting a bit of a groove. Then what we shall do is, should we add a sub bass next? I'm thinking a sub bass next, but what I'll do is I'll quickly group all this. Always good to keep your drums in a group. Yeah, that drum beat's catchy. Um, Now we shall uh limit on the master channel just because I want a bit more volume now. Yeah. Um, so now we just have to find some basses to add to it. I'll put some sidechain on it, just so it doesn't fight the kick drum. Turn it down a bit. I usually like to do my basses not with just one bass. I usually like to mix it up. So have one bass play a couple notes, then a different sound play the next couple notes, then a different sound, if you get what I mean. So it's always changing around. Um, it'll be better if I just show you what I mean instead of trying to explain it. um, um, so maybe something like. Leave a bit of space here for a different sound. Yeah, like that. Just change that note slightly to give it a bit more of a melodic sound, is because it could get boring if you just stay on the same note forever, like just loads of A's, but by adding an F sharp it just changes it up a bit. But obviously if you're putting a top melody you might not want to add this because then you're going to sound out of tune. But for this tutorial I'm just going to be doing the basses. The basses are going to be carrying the track, I'm not going to have a lead, so I can get away with that. So then we'll duplicate that. Then what we'll do is we'll add some different sounds like this. Then we'll change the sound of this one. So let's see what we've got here. Nope, 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 nope. No. Kind of getting the idea, but still don't like it as much as I want to. um, I kind of like that sound, but yeah. Then we'll do the same here, but if I quickly turn the triplet grid off, yeah. So we'll just do it like this time. And then we'll change the sound of this one. Maybe this one. Let's have a listen. Yeah, but let's also add it at the end, maybe. Or maybe not add it at the end. I kind of like it like this. So I might just extend this one back out. So yeah, now we've got this. Now we do need something to put on top of it because that's not really powerful enough. So if I go and look in plugs maybe, Um, Helps if I add the sidechain. Hmm. No, I'll try a different sound. That kind of works. So if I quickly record some of those in. Yeah, I'll just quantize these. The old-fashioned way of quantizing. Um, that way at least I keep all the notes exactly the same length. Um, I'll just copy that across. Then what we shall do is EQ these because they don't need any low end. Now if we extend this section, then what we can do is get a vocal shout. Something like this maybe. What happens if we put that in there? Then maybe a fill. We could maybe do something with this. Not all of it though, maybe just that bit. So yeah, now we've got that, we can basically just keep adding to it. Maybe some shakers, just little things like that. We should maybe add some reverses. So what I'm going to do for reverse is I'm going to get a hat. No. Something like this. Reverse it. Now we just have to decide where we want to put the reverse. I won't have the whole thing. That, yeah, this should do. Maybe here. Yeah, that works. So we'll just turn it down a bit. So yeah, basically from here it's just building it up really, just adding more, extending it, things like that. But I think I've shown you the general idea of how to build the track up and get some energy, get the groove going, things like that. Uh, if this isn't enough and you want me to show more, I could always do a part two of this track, I guess. So yeah, but I think I'll end the tutorial here as I don't really want it to go on too long. So yeah, if you enjoyed today's tutorial, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like down below, leave a comment if you want to suggest a tutorial, and share this video if you have any producer friends. So I'll see you in the next tutorial.